Welcome to the video. My name is Luboyo, and we're going to be breaking down some email marketing illusions, preventing your brand from scaling to that so desired 50K, 100K mark. And yeah, we're just going to get into all of it. So without further ado, let's go. Mouse works. Cool. Right, the truth behind the smoke and mirrors, and the topics of discussions are going to be email marketing and e-commerce, the actual email business, the email process, who, not how, and attribution. So, a small intro for those who don't know. My name is Lavoyo, a 5 to 7 e-commerce email expert who's helped brands on the lower end. The screenshot is small. Regardless, I've helped brands on the lower end making 5 figures and scaling up their emails to 80% returns. And I've helped brands on the higher end making 6 to 7 figures and dialing in their strategy to make sure that they're positioned to always generate returns from their emails. And yeah, if you're an e-commerce brand looking for better email performance this Q3 and Q4, there is a free 24-hour email turnaround email audit to give your brand a clear path forward towards your quarterly goals. To claim it, you can schedule a 15-minute call because time is money. And in that call, I will basically break down what are the next steps and how you will receive the audit and how it will be conducted. So that's the intro. Let's get into it. So, email marketing in e-commerce brand owners. The sole purpose of email marketing for any e-commerce brand is just to extend customer LTV. That is it. Anything outside of that is just trying to, I guess, prop up emails to be something that they perhaps are not, but it sounds fancy, it sounds smart, it sounds like you're getting more, smoke. Purpose, just extend the customer LTV for as long as possible. And emails are not an effective website traffic generator if you're running emails just solo. Emails are not some type of miracle solution ordained by God or anyone. It's just an email. Relax. And emails only work when other channels have been optimized. This is very true. And I put an example to kind of demonstrate what I mean. If Louis Vuitton, French, sent an email to the list of 50K, 100K, I'm not sure entirely how many people are on the list, they would make sales regardless of how well the email has been done or how well down the email is. Completely, like because they're more Louis Vuitton is more than just, I guess, a great brand that sends emails. They're 20 years in the game plus. Brand is on top of the world. They have so many, I guess, influences, so much skin in the game that regardless of what email they send to their subscribers, it's going to generate sales. So it's a fallacy to believe that emails are going to save your brand when you have little to no other brand activity. If your content marketing is not up to par, if your paid ads are not up to par, if your landing pages, checkout pages, product pages, if your product actually is not up to par, your emails are not going to perform. Sorry to break it to you. Or B, generate immense returns without trained professionals. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go further, I think go together with people or something. I think that's a quote. I don't know from where, but essentially, professionals, trained professionals, true professionals, actual operators who know exactly what to do and what your brand needs, they will tell you straight that okay, this is not the best area to focus on in your brand. Instead, opting in for this or this or this. Here's the roadmap. Here's the game plan. Go. Or if you need my help, if you need my assistance, I'm here, type of thing. So a true professional will try to do that. Anybody else trying to, I guess, tell you that no, we can do this, 20K in like 30 days, smoke and mirrors. Right, number two. That's number one. Number two, the actual email business. We can't scale our emails. And let's just quickly look at the utility and the email mindset behind why emails were working in the first place for your brand, perhaps. So here are 3 touch points to why emails will continue to deliver, no pun intended. Attention. People check their emails daily, whether for work, whether for other products that they may have purchased, or subscriptions that they're checking on in their inboxes or their personal emails. People check their emails, even if it is for I think the average is 9 seconds where that people spend on an email. They're still routinely just checking it. Monetization, content avenue for value and sales content. If you ever send emails from a brand, you know the power of this, of sending that one email, and then all of a sudden you see a return of $500, $1,000, and you're like, whoa, this is kind of nice. And then user base. Everyone online has one. Anyone who's ever um, processed money, used software, purchased an item online, subscribed to something online, has an email address. So that's estimates around 2023, which was last year, was 4 billion, 4.5 billion, I think. So it's probably scaled up from that point, as the world progressively, uh, gets bigger population wise, and more people, have access to the internet, and e-commerce starts to, grow as an industry as well. So, uh, yeah, the audience is there is what I'm trying to say. But you're stuck at roughly 10K email attribution and sending more campaigns, but it seems that you can't break that 20K to 50K mark as of yet for your brand, and you don't understand what's preventing you. You're doing everything right, and you still can't break out, type of thing. So scaling your email performance depends on how dialed in your strategy is quarter over quarter. It's not just some 30-day, 90-day plan, and then you're going to be all of a sudden sitting nicely drinking in Mykonos or something with a champagne or whatever, because your emails are covering your entire bill or whatever when you're in Mykonos or whatever. So it's quarter over quarter thing. It's planned. Q1, this is the stretch. Q2, this is the stretch. Q3, Q4, biggest ones. Holiday seasons coming up, Black Friday, all of that. It needs to be dialed in, especially for your brand. So, where emails fit in your entire brand ecosystem, um, the depth of your analytics, analyzing cohorts using SEMrush, Google Analytics, other tools, to really extract data from your emails and your whole brand as well, to kind of see how emails can, be prompted up to operate better and, be more effective in its performance. And just installing relevant third-party integrations to personalize your email efforts. An example being Typeform. If you have that integration in your, I guess I'm assuming you use Klaviyo, you'll be much better, I guess, positioned to at least, get personalized data from your audience by sending them, hey, can you fill in this form? Or what did you think about this? How's your experience so far? What can you do to improve it? Uh, and then, you can, once you receive that data, then you can start to plan around how you can target those specific subscribers. So, third, the email process. Um, one purchase versus repeat purchases. Right. So here's a visual of basically that it eclipses the entire email journey for every single brand who's running emails in the email marketing in the brand. So when somebody subscribes to your brand through a pop-up, or they decide to subscribe through checkout, and you get consent, um, that then initiates your automations or flows to now act as, I guess, trust builders in your brand, to kind of introduce new customers and microwave the process of, okay, uh, here's our brand, here's what we're about, here's the benefits, here's the social proof. All of those flows would then, kind of be in the welcome email sequentially, and your first welcome purchase happens because of a discount or incentive, or they saw the social proof, or you basically gave them more than any other brand on the street or competitor, essentially. And that purchase happens, so that's one purchase that's been, locked down. And then through campaigns and yeah, through consistent campaigns that you may be sending through the brand, then your customers, or those same customers, finally see and click on your email and be like, oh, okay, cool, this is interesting. Then they click your links, they go to your website, they're not ready to buy, they leave. browser abandonment emails come into play. These are flows. Then they, bring back that customer to at least, demonstrate that, oh, did you need help looking for this? Here are our bestsellers. Here's social proof. Here's wada. They purchase again through cart abandonment or checkout abandonment, which are two different, flows, by the way. But anyways, and then you kind of build that trust when people start to repeat purchase. So that's about three purchases right there. Then you focus on existing customers because now they're existing customers, and you try to get feedback from them. You try to cross sell them into different SKUs. Start keeping units from your brand if you have multiple products, product line in your brand, and then through consistent, I guess, campaigns as well as the flows, picking up any type of um cart abandonments, browser abandonments, site abandonments, then you start to really collect like one purchase, two purchase, three purchase, four purchase, five purchase. It just it extends the customer's LTV essentially, Then they become VIPs, which is the highest, I guess, form of any customer that you can hope for. These are customers that have consistently bought from your brand. It could be five purchases, it could be 10 purchases, and these are the customers that you prioritize. This is your core ICP. And that's essentially what the game is in terms of trying to, email your audience. You're trying to get as many customers to that VIP section as possible, right? And you just continue, the cycle continues essentially. But sometimes customers obviously don't, make more than one or two, three purchases, and they kind of fall off into the retention section where now you the replenishment flows may come into play and try to capture that lapsing attention, or re-engagement campaigns start to happen to kind of win back customers, to bring them back into the existing customer section, for feedback and cross sells and win back series, or you try to ask those lapsing customers for how you can improve the experience, or would they like to change channels to SMS or something of something of that matter, and they essentially lapse and the cycle continues like that. So out of that sequence, you may have had multiple purchases during the customer's lifetime or journey, which is better than just the alternative of just running Facebook ads, and then you have somebody purchase from your brand, then you basically have to now retarget them if you didn't have an email system to kind of take them through this customer journey of your brand, essentially. So yeah, that's the email process, just in all its glory. Here's the graph. So yeah, let's move on. Three, who, not how. It's easy to set up 5 emails per automation slash flow and send 2 campaigns a week and call it a day. Easy. It's not difficult. What's hard is to continuously get them right, saving time, making money, and providing value that helps your entire e-commerce brand's flywheel outside of the emails themselves. That is the hardest part. It's about who can deliver that differentiated value. And many email marketers in the industry I see, some of them are absolute like diamonds at what they do. They're absolutely like the best at what they do. But it seems that we all have our different approaches and different nuances and different understandings, different skills and ideas of how we view emails, and where we know we can fundamentally take them for each brand. So it's truly about finding the people that first and foremost are professional, have the credentials, and then on top of that, really understand how to maneuver your brand and really speak the language of your audience. That that's really yeah, that's really the difference right there. So an example to demonstrate: LeBron James is LeBron James because of the value he provides outside of scoring. Right. Not many people like LeBron James. Maybe they're a Michael Jordan fan or whatever. But the point still stands. Find your LeBron James, find your Messi, find your Ronaldo, find your who else is a cool sports player? Serena Williams. You know, yeah. Four, attribution. Email attribution heavily depends on other channels. You've seen the Klaviyo screenshots. Everyone is killing it. Everyone's making returns. Everyone's making money, more than money in 30 days than you can imagine getting from the stock market or whatever. Truth is, brands that tend to have the biggest returns have simply been building their brand for much longer. That is it. Or they've had, some type of streak of luck with influencers, paid ads, other channels that is just, promote that just generates the disproportionate amounts of, returns in such a short window of time. So that is the truth. And that does not always include the email channels. Hence why brands who make 50K plus have an easier time attributing email rev, even if their emails are average. You've seen it multiple times. Like imagine Lululemon. I don't want to get into it, but the emails are flat. But Lululemon prints regardless because they are so much more than just a brand, a great brand that sends great emails. So that's the point there. Yeah, the other channels are prompting customers to make the purchase. The email is just a swift setup to, I guess, remind customers or their audience that, hey, we have this going on, this sale going on, we have this new insightful study, or, we have this behind the scenes video that we created. Then customers, through their own intuition, make the purchase. So, yes, right. Now that we've known all of these misconceptions and what the truth is, where do we go from here? So to truly experience the euphoria of growing month-on-month returns in your emails, creating predictable returns, here's another graph. So Ecom brands monthly revenue with and without email marketing system. So there's many brands that start off hot. They have the funding, have paid ads, have the influencers, have everything in place. They have the LeBron sponsorship or whatever. They make huge amounts of revenue and an uptrend in the first like 30 days, um, first quarter, I would say. Then they start to slowly progress down because they can't actually maintain that because the more you pay, you spend paying, excuse me, the more you start to pay Facebook or Meta or TikTok or whatever for ads or whatever marketing team that is being that's been allocated, the more you start to realize that it gets expensive because the way it works is Facebook then acts as an auction system, so highest price kind of gets the biggest volume type of thing. So yeah, and with competitors who have much more, I guess, uh, much more of a budget under their belt, it gets very difficult very quickly, and you have to be testing frequently to kind of extract some value from um the paid ads long term. So you need to really have the money under your belt to do that. So it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down. Then you have a great, 6 months because maybe Q3 is around the corner, holiday season, people are buying, people are just in the mood to buy. You have crazy returns, 100K, then you go down because it's January, then February, then we go down because all of a sudden you realize that, oh, you don't have a proper retention system in place. Then kind of go sideways, then you go down, then you go down, and then inevitably after 24 months your brand is in dire need, and expenses are definitely piling up from that point, as opposed if you had an email system flat through thick and thin, you will start to see progressively, month over month returns coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in. Okay, coming in. Okay, we see that the customer data is saying this. Our customers aren't really feeling this or whatever. Okay, let's make an adjustment. Okay, and it starts to continue coming in, coming in, coming in, coming in, and then you just see such a massive numbers of growth because you have so much more data and so many touch points with your customers that it's almost, I wouldn't say foolish, but it's almost like, why wouldn't I go with a brand that's been, consistently in my mind, emailing me, sending me different value insights about the product, about the brand, about everything, that it's almost like a no-brainer when it comes to when I need that product or service, they're right there type of thing. So yeah. So solution is to share all the valuable insights and pains with the audience of building your brand, the behind the scenes, the events, how it makes your audience better, etc. Um, and yeah, people at the end of the day want personalized, authentic experiences, not just sales emails. So map out your content calendars correctly, and really just plan out how you would deliver those valuable experiences. It's not just as simple as sending your customer a blog, therefore you can send them two sales emails every single month. It's more than that. So yeah, really dial into your audience, really dial into your strategy. There's an audit if you are seeking that, and yeah, grow your brand. So thanks for watching and cheers.